At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 775-751-0349. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444.
Tonight on News 46, 2 people have been arrested for sexual abuse.
Thousands of law enforcement officers will pass through Pahrump this weekend.
And Nye County is at the bottom in health rankings. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Glenn Evers and Monique Mitchell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, April 10th, 2013. I'm Glenn Evers.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
A well-known volunteer has been taken into custody, suspected that he has been sexually abusing a vulnerable person.
In trouble with the law? Call Abracadabra Bail Bonds, and they'll have you out in a...
69-year-old Michael Allen Mack has been taken into custody. He's being charged with abuse of a vulnerable person, prevent or dissuade a victim from reporting, and sexual assault of a vulnerable person. Michael Allen Mack is known around town for belonging to the Kiwanis Club, helping out with the Holiday Task Force, as well as being connected to Three Square Church and helping out with Path of Hope. Mack has also served on several advisory boards. He also has connections to No to Abuse. Michael Allen Mack was arrested and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. His arraignment was held this morning in Kent Jasperson's courtroom. His bail has been set at $65,000. According to the Nye County Sheriff's Office press release, they have asked the media to protect the identity of the victim in this case and that no further details will be released. Detectives, however, are concerned that there may be additional victims and ask anyone if they have any information regarding this case to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And a second suspect, who's 81 years old, has been arrested in relation to the sexual assault case.
81-year-old Arthur Albert Gatsky was also taken into custody, according to the press release. During the investigation into the arrest of Michael Allen Mack, it was discovered that there was an additional individual involved in crimes against the one victim in this case. Arthur Gatsky was arrested on April 10th for the following charges: abuse of a vulnerable person, prevent or dissuade a victim from reporting, sexual assault of a vulnerable person. He was booked in the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. His bail has been set at $60,000. If you have any information regarding this case, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
3 people injured in Tuesday's Lone Star College stabbing were discharged from the hospital today, while 2 others remained there in good condition after yesterday's random stabbing attack near Houston, Texas.
Arrested is a 20-year-old deaf student at the school named Dylan Quick. Quick has been charged with carrying out the bloody stabbing rampage at the Lone Star College's Cy-Fair campus yesterday afternoon. He is said to be forthcoming with investigators, saying that he has had fantasies of stabbing people since he was 8 years old and that he had been planning Tuesday's spree for some time. A total of 14 people were injured with what is being called a utility razor knife. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
After the break, we learn ways to make surgery easier.
8 questions you should be asking your surgeon before going under the knife.
I always tell patients, every surgery is major surgery when it's being done to you.
The story next on Prescription Health.
Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Team Ford Lincoln, the #1 new volume Ford sales leader in Nevada for 5 years running. Team Ford Lincoln, US 95 and Ann Road. TeamFord.com.
Welcome back to News 46. Andrew McIntosh gives us tips and questions to ask before having surgery.
This health tip is brought to you by Humana.
Visit our local office in the Pahrump Valley Junction Shopping Center or call 775-727-0871.
Go get it.
Teresa Griffiths lets her new pup pull her around.
He wants to play tug of war.
But when it comes to her health, Teresa is in control. She recently needed a hysterectomy and spent 3 months researching surgeons.
I wanted to be fully informed and make a wise decision on who I'm entrusting my health to. I came in with a notepad of questions and I wrote them all down.
It's not a bad idea.
Dr. Arnold Advincoulis says patients should be asking their surgeons more questions.
Unfortunately, a lot of patients put less effort into figuring out their doctors than they do when they go out and buy a car.
He says you should always ask, what is your success rate for this procedure and what is your complication rate? Those numbers should be equal to or less than national averages.
I think if your surgeon has difficulty answering those questions, then you should think twice.
Also ask, how many of these procedures have you performed? Where did you receive your training? And what medical societies do you belong to?
It's important to find out, what are your doctor's qualifications? Are they qualified to be doing the procedure?
When it comes to the actual surgery, ask, what are the benefits and risks? Why am I having this done? And are there any alternatives? Teresa's surgery was a success, and she says having her questions answered gave her peace of mind.
You have every right in the world to really be extremely informed at such a critical issue in your life.
I'm Andrew McIntosh reporting.
Nye County ranks at the bottom in Nevada when it comes to health. They say knowledge is power, so what can we do about it? Healthcare Partners Dr. Tally Erick spoke to Deanna O'Donnell about the shocking report.
The health rankings have been released per county, and Nye County came in 16 out of 16. We're going to speak to Dr. Erick here at Healthcare Partners about how we may be able to do better.
This was a study done by a reputable think tank that looks at health data and statistics, telephone survey along with data that come from places like Highway Patrol, hospitals, and they tried to paint a picture of what is the health of the United States county by county. They looked at every county in the United States. Unfortunately, each of the last 4 years, Nye County has slipped in these rankings such that now we occupy 16th or last place in Nevada overall.
There's 2 different criterias in these rankings.
One is health outcomes, which just looks at things like how many life years are lost, which is calculated by looking at, well, what's the ideal life expectancy in the U.S., and compared to that, when did people actually die? So life years lost is a sort of a standard number medical statisticians look at to look at the health of a community. That's in the category of health outcomes. Things like birth weight, you can't control that. It's just a statistic that comes the day you're born and has a profound influence on your long-term health. So health outcomes is one. Health behaviors occupied a far larger part of that survey, and to me the optimism in that survey comes from there. Behaviors can be modified, right? So in that regard, things that were looked at were things like sedentary lifestyle, activity level, diet, access to health care, educational level, income level. So many of these things are modifiable, some earlier in life, some as we go along in life, and all have an impact on our health as we go through life.
Would you recommend that the public take a look at these statistics and see what things apply to them, and perhaps they can alter to give them a better outcome personally?
No, I think so. I think the data is very easy to look at. All the parameters are laid out. And you can see from there where are the areas for improvement, both individually and as a group, as a community.
Does having access to healthcare, like healthcare partners here, play a factor in this?
I think that's a huge factor. I mean, we've known for decades that people with easier access to doctors, more convenient access, better priced access, end up being healthier people. The things we need to stay healthy as we're adults often involve testing, medications, follow-up, medical professional advice. When those things are made available to people, that population is healthier.
For more information, you can go on the web to countyhealthrankings.org. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, the Senate Judiciary Committee passed a package of gun laws proposed by Obama after the Newtown attack by a lone gunman. Proposals in the committee's package included expanding background checks on gun buyers, toughening laws against gun trafficking and straw purchases, banning semi-automatic rifles modeled after military assault weapons, as well as large capacity ammunition magazines, and coming up with ideas for improving school safety.
Well, stay right here. We'll have more local news right after these messages.